Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and Prince Renathal has been in standard for the last couple of days, and I have been asked a ton, what are the best decks to play in standard with Prince Renathal, and just overall, is it worth playing him? Well, we've got quite a few decks here, both Renathal, non-Renathal, that I'm gonna recommend in standard. We'll also give you some wild recommendations if you wanna try out wild at the same time, and we still have our giveaway going on for the Great Dark Beyond with 2 regular pre-orders, 2 mega bundles out of my pocket to enter the giveaway. Like and comment in the video, link down in the description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until all the cards are revealed, I will add another mega bundle. There's no limit on that, so hit that sub button, make me go baroque. So I'm just gonna show you this screenshot. Play Mage right now. Mage is the best class by quite a bit across all ranks. The decks like XL Orb Mage might be the best thing, and yeah, we'll start with that. Renathal XL Orb Mage seems to be the best performing deck so far, where you get that extra health to help stay alive, and you have so many ways to cheat out, you know, your big spells, your Tsunami, your Sunset Volley. You can do that, of course, with King Tide, with your Skyla, Sea Shills, your coins, your watercolor artists are all still in here, and you've got some extra value now with like Audio Splitter. You got some mana cheat on your mechs. You can, you know, conman your Norganon and recast everything with Galactic Projection Orb, which can be recast by conman, which is absolutely disgusting. Your Zilliax is twin module, perfect module. And yeah, you even got DJ Manastorm rocking it out. You know, since we do need some extra cards, Kalagos can cheat out stuff. It's pretty crazy, and it is like outperforming everything considerably. So if you're looking for that one deck to play until, you know, we get that balance patch, I think next week, you know, we're gonna have that plus expansion launch. Yeah, this might be the one to go with, but I wouldn't go out of my way of crafting stuff because I feel like, yeah, we're probably gonna get some nerfs on, some even more nerfs on Mage. Like, it's crazy how out of control it is. And if you want to play just a regular Orb Mage, here's a list going around. ETC your Galactic Projection Orb, so you don't hit it. You're not as likely to, I guess, in the larger version. And yeah, the same type of deal. Cheat out those big spells, recast them, cheat them out with Kalagos, with your Skyla, your King Tide, all that stuff. It functions similarly, just less cards, less health, but it's performing almost as well as XL. They're right neck and neck there together, so whichever you prefer, you can go with. And Reno Druid is another Renathal deck doing pretty well, getting that extra health, and it's pretty hard to ever beat this deck in the late game, considering they have like infinite cards with Aviana. You have infinite dragons with your Riastraza, unless it gets poofed by Reno. Of course, you have your own Reno, your Eonar, your Zilliax with twin module, perfect module, all the late game, all the greed. You just got some extra health now there to get there, and ETC has another new heights, a crystal cluster, a Sleep Under the Stars, basically dupes of cards you would love to run 2 of if you could manage to. And yeah, the deck doing pretty darn well if you're in for, want some greediness with even like Fizzle. It's just so greedy. It's so greedy. But if you want to give it a shot, it's absolutely doing all right. XL Reno Rainbow Death Knight is one of the better Renathal decks out there as well. There are actually quite a few XL Death Knight decks. They all run the similar kind of Razzle Dazzler package. You're able to run Reska, your Reno, your Climatic Necrotic Explosion. We've got some Corpse Spenders in here as well. Zilliax, twin module, perfect module, and yeah, just a bunch of, you know, you play it like a mid-range deck and try and get to that late game. You can get that inevitability with Hell Yeah and shuffling Plagues in, of course, and you know, you got your Razzle Dazzle, you got Marin in every single deck, period. It's pretty insane, and yeah, deck seems to be doing all right. This is one of the decks I've been playing more recently, the XL Double Blood Death Knight. Not a Reno deck, but you're able to run a lot of board clears, like your Corpse Explosions, your Soul Stealers, which we've run one in our ETC, a Rat and Fizzle for some value. But rather than playing the triple blood version, Theo had a video on that. If you want to look that up, that version seemed all right as well. I'm not recommending it as highly based on the win rates, but yeah, you've got Hell Yeah, you got Headless Horseman, so you do have like infinite value and an inevitability with this deck. You can push damage, of course, with your weapons from Runes of Darkness, and that 40 health can come in quite clutch with this deck. Since you don't have those Vampiric Bloods, that extra health actually means quite a bit more, I feel like, in this deck than it does to triple blood. And again, very similar shell. We've got the Avatar of Hearthstone in here. I highly doubt it's optimal, but why not? You got 40 cards. We're trying it out, and so far, not great. You could probably cut it for, like, just put another Soul Stealer instead of your ETC and put some other greed in there. Maybe switch those around. That might be a better option, but regardless, that's what I'm running for now. And Double Frost for a regular Death Knight deck, still performing incredibly well. Nothing really too much has changed up about it. Horizon's Edge, Mirror Manipulator. You got your Horn of Winter as your other Double Frost card. Push a bunch of damage. You got potentially infinite damage with Corpsicle. You got your Ruska to steal stuff, and yeah, the deck's still doing really well. Nothing really too new about it. Just a little bit harder to kill those Renathal decks, right? 40 health. XL Reno Warrior as well. The Reno Warrior gets to utilize that extra health, get to their late game a little bit better, because, you know, once you get that brand online, it's pretty hard to beat Boom Boss and all the Zilliaxes of the world. You can, like, you know, get double Insidious and Zola, and then Insidious Zola, go crazy with that stuff too, right? Like, this deck can do a lot of stuff if it survives, and now with Renathal, it's got a bit better of a shot, although, of course, you're a little less likely to draw those good cards. It does have that downside like any other Renathal deck out there, but again, running like your usual, very frustrating to face Reno Warrior, and instead of having a sub 50% win rate, the deck is hovering around 50% now. So Renathal doing a good job of letting these slower, greedier decks work. And the last Renathal deck we will recommend, Insanity Warlock, is utilizing it. There's also been Pain Warlocks going around, because if you play that 4-mana 6/6 that sets you to 15, you can just play Moltens for 0. Because your starting health is 40, right? So you could play Moltens a lot earlier, but it seems like this is doing better. The XL Insanity, we have the Tourist in here so that we can run like Soul Searching. We can run a bit more good early game like Dreadhound Handler. But again, it's about getting those crescendos over and over, murdering your opponent. You got Fizzle to copy those up. You got Pupils to copy those up. And of course, Soul Searching can get you some more of those. So yeah, more ways to get that fatigue and just destroy your opponent. And yeah, it's pretty gross, but it is pretty effective. Rainbow Shaman still doing really well. Highly recommended deck. Again, nothing new going on here. Conductivity seems to be the new trend with this deck lately. So you can like Conductivity and Companion or Skirting Death, and that could be really good with your Horn of the Windlord. You have oops, I deleted the Zilliax with your ticking and Pylon module. And yeah, it's just a mid-range aggressive deck that can absolutely just burn people out with some pretty insane damage output with that weapon. And again, it's doing pretty darn well. Pipsy Paladin, so good that Clark Hellscream was able to get rank 1 legend, although he was the only legend at the time. Still, it technically counts. We'll give it to Clark. But yes, Lanessa, you can do some OTK combos with it, but more importantly, play Seashill, get your coins with your weapon, and then you can cheat out Pipsy early. You can cheat out Amethyst early and then replay it with Conman and make me pull out my hair because I can't stand that spam, but really effective deck, very scammy, can do some pretty nasty things, cheat out Living Horizons, Zilliax with your Virus module, perfect module, very nice to cheat out from your Pipsy, and very effective deck, can just absolutely scam pretty quickly with all the coins, Seashell Mana Cheat, Con Man, all that stuff. It is very, very effective. And the last deck we'll recommend, just Aggro Pirate Demon Hunter, trying to swark these people down. Still one of the better picks against like the Orb Mages out there, whether it's XL or not. Very aggressive treasure distributor, you know, pretty disgusting on one if it's not killed. You're probably going to kill your opponent. We got the Tourist in here to let us run, you know, Acupuncture and Brain Masseuse, Hot Coals. And yeah, if you want to play a fast, aggressive deck, this is probably the most valid one on the market. And then for Wild, same thing. Pirate Demon Hunter, again, like tier 1, amazing deck. It's just super aggressive. Distributor into like a Brigand Patches, you just win almost always, especially with Mana Burn. Can be really solid. Shadow Priest, another super aggressive deck. You want to play that? go face, push damage. You kind of got to do that in the format where you're getting murdered sometimes as early as turn 2, apparently. Lion Hunter is just always got a high win rate, never a high played rate for whatever reason. But yeah, you go with the eggs, go infinite lions, and then eventually kill your opponent with those naval mines, which could be pretty effective. And hey, you can play Prince Renathal in this deck because you have so many tutors and so many ways to kind of manipulate your hand to get to that egg. It's pretty reliable to go off on like turn 4, and your opponent like never gets the board back again. Combo Priest, as long as Radiant Elemental doesn't say not less than 1, it's going to be pretty busted with all these 1-mana spells, cheating out your Grave Horrors, drawing your deck with Handmaiden, and then buffing the crap out of it if anything sticks around, and killing your opponent. Absolutely an effective deck. Just Ice Block can be a real pain in the butt. And speaking of that, this is the deck that got me legend this wild season. Quest Mage, all spells, no minions. It's the Stormwind version with like Fire, Frost, and Arcane. You get that spell damage reward, and once you get the spell damage reward going, your opponent's going to be dead very quickly. Some lists, the list I actually ran, instead of like a cram session, I ran Ignite for like infinite damage. And oh no, Ignite is in here. Sorry, that could be really good. So I've seen some lists cut it, so I thought it was missing. But regardless, yeah, Ignite, especially like even against some decks that can gain a bunch of armor, you can just progressively kill them over time. But overall, you're just looking for like siphon mana, looking for your draw / mana cheat, and just have those crazy turns where you just complete your quest in like 1 turn, get it done, and then yeah, push insane damage. So there you go, our deck recommendation video. We might have one more. There's a balance patch, like they mentioned, is supposed to happen, I believe, next week, but then their expansion will be launching shortly after, so I don't know. Plus, we're going to be reviewing cards like crazy. We'll see if I can manage to get some more deck recommendations when that time comes. If not, this might be the last time until, yeah, we got the early access brawl and all that stuff going on. So anyways, good luck on your climbs. Hopefully, if you want to play some Renathal, you got a list that looks interesting to you to try out. Good luck on your climbs. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.